Brothers, welcome back to IXION. We are in the new sector. We have kind of blown up the moon. That might be our fault. Anyways, let's get into it. Let's start with this event. Administrator, the crew is asking a lot of questions about the state of Earth. Well, first off, one question is too many. Munchie behavioral algorithms predict a decrease in productivity of 22% if these questions go unanswered. As administrator of the Tikkun, station, you should find some answers quickly. I will commit to sending an expedition team to Earth. And then we got one more. Administrator, you may have noticed the moon has broken apart. The crew are aware of this, and many rumors are spreading throughout the station. You will have to make an official statement. Dolos has many enemies. Okay! Well, okay, everyone can calm down. Alright, anyways, let's send an expedition out to go to Earth to figure out what happened. Oh, we actually need to send it there. And then while we're waiting, let's go ahead and probe for some iron. There's some lovely iron. And then let's go back in our space station. And we need to build a mining ship. That's going to cost 20. Let's go ahead and get that done right away. How's the food doing, boys? Let's see. We are a little bit below. So we need to make an extra food boy. So let's go ahead and get that done. And how's this fit right here? It fits decent. What if we flip this around? Yeah, let's do this. That way we can do just 2 stacks of them. Okay, perfect. And we'll just add another one for safe keeping because I know we're going to run out of that eventually. Let's get that there. Delete this. And this will be kind of our food storage. I'm imagining you're going to want to differentiate your sectors and so forth. But we'll get into that here in a minute. We'll unpause. Wait for our ship to get to Earth. And then our probe is going out. And as soon as our probe is done, our mining ship is built. We'll send the mining ship out to start mining and start collecting all the resources.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
No signals have been received from Earth. The oceans seem to have evaporated and the surface temperature has risen significantly since the Tikkun was last in orbit. Atmospheric readings indicate the presence of strong dust storms and dangerously high levels of carbon dioxide, radiation, and microplastics. The blue planet will never again deserve its name. We have 3 choices. Investigate the Dallas headquarters. Investigate personal location. Obviously gotta get on my home real quick. Check on my things. Or scour the globe in search of survivors. Let's go to the Dallas headquarters, see if we can find any answers there.
A science ship team has completed a task.
The converted oil rig which Dolos used as a state-of-the-art headquarters is gone. Only a few metal scraps remain scattered across an empty expanse of dusty, cracked earth. There is no sign of survivors, but we do get a bunch of alloys, so that is wonderful, and a little bit of science. Let's go ahead and search the globe for survivors. And we will have our cargo ship go out and grab the alloys, which we are desperately going to need, and build the mining ship. And as soon as that mining ship is out, which looks like it is done, let's go ahead and set him out to start mining this stuff. We don't have any room for you right now, but we'll come back for that for sure. We're eventually going to need water. That'll be something that we need to kind of invest a little bit in our food production. But right now, bugs are doing just fine. Everyone's super happy on the bugs. Oh, what? Timeout. We need to make sure that this is active. This is something, oh my gosh, I cannot stress it enough. So many people don't notice this. Hull repair deactivated. We need to make sure that it's on. Otherwise, your hull integrity is just going to keep getting lower and lower. And how you do that, how you fix your hull integrity, is with the EVA. So you need to build more of these, especially when you open more airlocks. But we'll get through that here in a minute. There goes all the alloys, which are going to be able to complete this.
Science ship team has completed a task.
Alright, let's figure out what happened. After a long search, we have found nothing but rubble. We've seen no signs of life, not even a corpse. The lunar cataclysm seems to have caused a series of events that precipitated the collapse of thermal-industrial civilization. The Earth has become a toxic and arid wasteland scoured by harsh winds, now more inhospitable than Mars. The only remnant of civilization we found was a fallen still, where the city of Washington once stood. Stuck in a crevasse, it had been sheltered from the wind. A prayer imploring divine forgiveness was engraved in gold on its surface. Well, that's a shame for you guys, but sounds like great materials for me. What are you calling me, heartless? What are you talking about? Anyways, let's go to my home. We're collecting science as we're doing that. What were we researching? We are researching the steermal. Perfect. We're going to need that. And then we're going to need the cryonics center as well. So when we start finding people frozen, we can start getting them out of there. And now we're just putting up our storage. We're going to start saving some of those so we can make sure that we're going to have enough alloys to build things. So this is working out wonderfully for us. We are making enough food. All right, you guys are done here. A huge crevasse cuts through the ground where your home once stood. Oh, there's no trace of civilization, but we do get nine processors, 45 science, and 121 alloys.
A new request awaits your attention.
Oh, what's going on? What requires my undivided attention? Mission reports from the expedition of Earth are being discussed amongst the crew. The thought of having lost all loved ones left behind has destroyed morale for many of them. The symptoms of this trauma have now been collated under the medical designation death or sickness. I understand that. That's very sad. But don't worry, my house is also gone, so we've all suffered together. Administrator, to safeguard humanity, we must find survivors and increase the station's population. We do not have time to go through the classic reproductive cycle of your species. Adding new members to the Tikkun's crew will have a positive impact on morale. Cryonic stasis, a practice pioneered by Dolos, was growing in use even before we left the solar system. There is a very high likelihood that cryonic pods containing survivors await discovery. So we need to find 500 of our homies and bring them back. Now, we do have another probe, so let's go ahead and look for more science locations. And just to give you a little sneak peek. Ooh, whoa, timeout. Okay, well, there's the science. There's something really big over there. There's the Shinabi, which we're going to have to send our science ship to as soon as it's done collecting all the science from there. And we are continuing our research, and that is almost done. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and build the cryonics center. Now we can build the steel mill, which ooh, do I have room for it anywhere? What if I rotate this? Ooh, no. I'll have to put it here. That's such a waste. Yeah, we're going to move this anyways once we get on, but we have a mining ship out collecting alloys or iron, so let's go ahead and build that right there. Now, we do need to be cautious of our population as we are kind of running low. Science ship has completed it. Let's send you to the Shinabi. Figure out what happened there. The mining ship is out there. Our cargo ship is still collecting things. Wonderful. Let's make sure that he can collect. Yep, he is collecting everything. Wonderful. We'll start prioritizing this as soon as we can. But for right now, having everything high is fine.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
Alright, the Shinabi scan reports. Our sensors have detected the Shinabi. The ship is broken in two and not transmitting any signals. The phrase, whoever helps Dolos is an enemy of humanity. Okay, so we blew up the moon, and they took that personally. I understand. Has been dubbed in large letters on the wreck of the Shinabi. Mummified bodies have been attached to its hull. Let's gather the remaining resources, and then we'll go over to Venus. And we do have a new probe, so let's keep up the science-looking things. Oh, there's one. Wonderful. Now, we do need to keep an eye on our polymers. We don't want to spend too many of them, as we're going to need them for upgrading other things. What did we find at the Shinabi? 42 food. Wonderful. Okay. Go over to Venus. We're kind of going fast here, as we need to start finding cryopods in order. Oh, timeout. We need to build more storage stuff, so that we can store polymers and etc., etc. Let's figure out a good place for them. Yeah, we'll put a row right here. We'll squeeze in some houses there. Oh, you know what? Let's cancel those two. Let's continue on our oh, watch out. Let's continue on our pattern of building them right here. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that the docking bay has 300 storage, so things brought back will be stored here. So you don't necessarily have to have them in the storage units, but they can't be used until they are, but they won't also show up on your resource tabs up here. But that is a nice thing to keep in mind when you're about to jump sectors is you want to be stored up on equipment prior to jumping, so you can use this as a little bit extra. All right. Administrator, Sector 1 has almost reached maximum structural load. With more infrastructure surely needed, a new sector will need to be unlocked. Originally, sectors were programmed to automatically unlock after completion of the mission to Proxima Centauri, but with the change of the Tikkun's mission objective, the restrictions could be bypassed by manually overriding the gateway. We are not going to do that. Do not do this. You want to stay in one sector as long as you can. Unlocking another sector takes resources, and you want to build up a sector as much as you can prior to doing that so you don't have to divide as much. So let's go back out into space, check on our boys. You are at Venus. Probe data has revealed mining and industrial infrastructure below the surface of Venus. According to reports from the exploration team, the subterranean site consists of mining infrastructure and a large assembly line. Many embalmed bodies were found in the area. The line seems to have been originally used to fabricate solar cells. Tikkun engineers suggest with minor repairs, it could be restarted. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll send the bulwark out there to do that. And as soon as that is done, we will kind of figure out what's there. But the bulwark's coming back first with another bit of goodies. And let's continue on probing. Carbon. Carbon and iron. Yeah, let's just go ahead and explore right there. We're going to want carbon to make polymers at some point. So finding a good source nearby the Tikkun is probably going to be for the best right now. But we are just waiting for the bulwark to bring over.
Has completed its scan.
Thank you. Alrighty. So we'll wait for the alloys to get deployed to the Venus station, and then we will be able to capture everything. Let's go ahead and set that up for that. And we'll leave these two blank for right now. We do need to keep an eye on our power. In fact, what would it cost to make a new power sector? 45. And one processor. Let's go ahead and wait on that for the time being. And we'll be back when we get something done over here. Okay, he has delivered all of the goods. We are restarting the assembly line. That will take 4 cycles. We have found another science thing over here, so we sent a probe over here to figure out what's happening down here. And what have you found, Mr. Probe? You have found a debris field. Very interesting. One thing I'm going to want to do is add another dock in here, so hopefully we can get another science ship out there so we can discover things faster. I don't know what it is, but I've heard there's a penalty for staying in a sector for too long. Now, I imagine this is going to be an easier challenge in the beginning of the game and harder later on. One thing I do know is that the developers have put out a statement saying, hey, we recognize that the game doesn't have a very nice learning curve, and they're trying to fix that. They tried to roll out something today. It didn't work, but that is in the plan. So if you have struggled in the beginning playing this game, just know that they are fixing that, but it will take some time. Anyways, we'll be back when this is done. All right, let's check out that assembly line. The assembly line has been repaired. The machines belong to the UN are clearly more advanced than our systems. They are fully automated, and the team has been able to use them to prepare a number of resources for extraction. During the repair process, our engineers discovered a number of inscriptions written with I don't know. He speaks of a time as administrator of Neptune's Hyperlux station, Tahaki? Okay, and expresses regret over the fate of the station's residents. He used the line to repair elements of his ship so he could reach the headquarters of the Black Market Society. Very interesting. What is the Black Market Society? Well, we did get 25 cryopods and 30 science, so we'll get 25 more people, which is wonderful. We will need more people, but we'll need to build the cryo center first in order to get that done. Let's also go ahead and build a battery. We're going to need this. Now, one thing I did want to point out is you can actually in the tech tree, you can actually unlock upgrades for this, but currently they are locked as we need technology tier 2 to unlock everything. So as soon as we get that, we're going to want to upgrade this. So let's go ahead and get the battery done. It is very loud in here. Okay, what is going on? Okay, everything seems to be working fine. We have maximum food, which is wonderful. These guys are full up on food. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's make this alloy and this food. just to kind of consolidate where our food is going. And make sure that we have plenty of food so that when we do open up this sector, we can transport food over there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And let's go ahead and make this more polymers. The steel mill is finally getting built, and we can build a cryonics center. So let's go ahead and send that right here. This is going to be a little inefficient in this area, but that's okay. As soon as we can start unloading and getting more people, that's going to be really good for us. In fact... Oh, blackout. Okay. Let's turn this off.
Power supply overloaded.
And let's build a new power construct.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
Okay, we should have power back online as soon as I unpause, but during the conception of this mission, many plans for prototype buildings were stored in my memory. With knowledge gathered by our exploration teams, we can adapt them. Stanford's team locked field data to make these plans viable, yet we can realize their full potential. Batteries will allow the T-Coon to function on auxiliary circuits when the energy supply systems fail. Understood. Okay, so we should be back online. We'll keep this offline until we get the, ooh, incoming transmission. Hold up. Who's this?
Administrator, we are picking up a Dolos emergency frequency, broadcasting from the facility Outer Hope. Dolos protocol dictates that in the event of a major systems failure, administrators must contact the nearest Dolos site immediately.
All right.
Outer Hope Station is likely to have both the materials and expertise required to repair the damage that the Vol engine has sustained.
Okay, so we will look for the Outer Hope. Let's go ahead and start probing that out. Oh, there's some iron over there. Okay, so you can see the event over here, this little point of interest. That's what we're looking for. You can see that we already started to get it over here. Oh, I found it. There. Okay. So now we're just gathering more resources from over here and bringing, hopefully, people back. And by the time that's done, I'm hoping... Okay, this will not overload us in power, which is good. We're working on the solar panels here, which are 54% completed. So as soon as that's done, we'll be able to turn on the steel mill and be able to start working through that. Now, we could combine one of these, or we could build another. Oh, not that one. Let's go ahead and build more storage. This is a little inefficient. I'm going to go ahead and do this to make sure that we have room for the cryopods. As you can see, we're finally starting to get people. We get one person awake every 0.3 cycles, which is wonderful for us. Now I want to get the iron in here as soon as possible as well. So let's go ahead and set this for iron. Now these guys will unload the iron and put it there as soon as this is completed. And this should be done by the time this is done. We have one person who's homeless, so we do need to build more houses as well. As soon as we get this online, we'll start to build more houses and turn this back on. Alright, the probe has completed its discovery. We have found the Outer Hope. I've sent our science ship down here really quickly to grab this. And there's also people here. That's very interesting. We're going to want to grab them as soon as possible too. We're almost done with the power. How are we doing? We're at 94%. Hurry up, I need to turn everything back on so that we can get going and making more steel. As we're going down in hull integrity. But now we're going back up by 4, so we can actually turn this on now, as we have plenty of power. And let's go ahead and build some houses while we are here.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
Let's actually build them right here. They're going to fit in lovely. Okay, the science ship has reached its destination, which is this debris field. We have verified the data several times and confirmed the existence of a vast debris field covering an area several thousand kilometers. At the center of the field is a colossal artificial structure, which even in its ruined state makes the T-Coon look like an insect. No signals have been detected. We have identified 3 areas for investigation: the core of the structure, a secondary structure that looks like to be the remains of a destroyed loading dock, and a particularly dense area of debris field close to the other 2 sites. We recommend the utmost caution when approaching these sites. The floating debris will make navigation difficult and interfere in communications. Let's go ahead and look at the docks first.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
Administrator, an accident has occurred in the following building.
Accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
Thank you. Stanford Nile Klein projections indicate that poor working conditions and power overloads can cause accidents. It should be taken into consideration that large buildings are more likely to have serious accidents. Pledge to repair the stockpile within 10 cycles and keep it running optimally for 2 cycles. I feel like we can do that. Let's go ahead and repair this. Now, repairing does take alloys, and some buildings do require other materials as well, but we have plenty of alloys to get this fixed, so I don't feel uncomfortable making that pledge to the team. So as soon as that is done, we'll be able to fix that. Now, damaged buildings do take down your hull integrity a lot too, so you want to make sure to stick on top of this and not just let that go by. You always want to have a little bit of alloys on site for these types of accidents. So, repair request has been sent. Are we repairing it? What's going on? There we go. Okay, now it's repairing. I was about to say our hull integrity is going down, boys, but our trust is at 2.1% and climbing, so we're at 100%. Wonderful, wonderful. So this is going to get repaired. Our hull integrity will go back up, and we will start to kind of repair that. All right. So we need to avoid accidents and stockpiles for 2 cycles. Otherwise, we're going to lose a little bit of trust there. So we'll stop building things for now. We have 216 population with 204 workers. So we can add another worker, but for right now, I'm going to leave that be. Check out our science and see what we can make.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Let's go ahead and do this polymer refinery while we wait. And check on our science station. How's the debris field, boys? Frozen human remains constitute the majority of the debris that surround the loading dock. Evidence suggests that the area experienced depressurization after a structural breach. The dock itself has been looted and partially dismantled. Several cairns have been left behind, arranged in helical shapes and erected using makeshift materials. The team did find a few resources and these have been prepared for extractions. We have 1 processor, 10 science. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's look at the debris. Let's look at the core. Maybe we'll have a clue as to what happened there. Now, one small change I did want to make is I want to lower the priority on iron. I want to make sure to get people first and processors. I feel like those are going to matter a lot more to us. Now, another thing you can do when you see resources, you can make them high priority to collect, high priority to mine, and then avoid. So sometimes there'll be weather phenomenons that happen, and you don't want your people to go collect them as you could lose them. So that's not going to happen in this sector. I do know that, so we'll be fine. We are sending this down here to get processors. And then we do have all the people right now, so that's good. So we'll get a couple more processors from here. Hopefully we'll have some more stuff for it to collect while it's down here.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Alright, so we did find 25 more cryopods and then 10 more science. First, visuals reveal a huge damaged structure surrounded by arches that have detached from the central access. These arches show extreme signs of deterioration. The structure is covered in traces of explosive residue, collision impacts, and scarring from unknown weaponry. After exploring a few areas of the structure that remain accessible, the team of the science ship have spotted a number of salvageable resources near a ruined assembly. Further analysis is possible, but will take time. Let's go ahead and look at that assembly area.
Science ship team has completed a task.
After examination, the Medieves team concluded that the site was evacuated prior to its destruction, finding uniforms and equipment bearing the insignia of different organizations. It appears this facility was property of the UN. Strangely, a number of embalmed bodies were found in a secluded area. This team was unable to determine the cause or outcome of the conflict, but have managed to recover further resources. They have been packaged for extraction. That's a lot of people. That's really nice. Let's go ahead and look at the debris to finish things off here. You will be collecting these people down here, bringing them back. Wonderful. So we're going to have a huge influx of people. And as soon as we start getting a lot of them, that's when we're going to start looking to open up the next sector. But let's go ahead, plan this out a little bit more. Let's get a couple more of these. And we'll keep the third one because I'm not sure if that's how big that polymer station was. And I'd love to fit it in there. You are not connected to a stockpile of iron. Yeah, we're not worried about iron at the moment. We have plenty of polymers or alloys. We're going to be grabbing all the people really quick. Making sure that they have room. Let's make sure we're doing fine on food. We are. We're making 1 every 5 cycles. We're taking up 5. We're... Oh, repair! No, no, no. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Just repair it right away. Alright, there's so many accidents happening. We don't even have that many things operational. Everybody's happy. Let's see. Workers required for this sector, 222. Workers available, 204. Okay, so we definitely need to cool it on the objective. Let's turn this off for the time being. As we don't have any iron, that will probably help out. Now we're in the optimal range, so accidents will probably not happen as much. Let's go back to the debris. The wrecks of shuttles float everywhere. Most belong to the UN, though there are some bearing the acronym BMS, Black Market Society. Despite the many hazards and potential psychological impacts from the presence of human corpses, the Medieves team was able to locate and salvage some resources. So we get 33 more allies, 25 more pods, and 10 more science. Let's go ahead and leave the debris field. Let's let them collect the science, and then we'll send our team down to... Which actually send them up to the Outer Hope. I want to see what's there. I feel like that's going to be important. We'll send a probe out to see if we can find a little bit more science somewhere. Well, hold on. Before we do that, there's still more stuff for him to mine. Okay. We're going to need to look at more mining stuff. Let's try and find another source of iron. There's iron right there. So let's grab iron. So that our mining ship is out and about. You can mine this stuff, but I'd rather you focus on this stuff first. So let's make that
Probe has completed its scan.
lowest priority. And now he has more iron, so he's going to go out and grab more iron. The mining ship was not doing anything, but it's just my bad, but that is okay. Tell me what we've got cooking. We've got a lot of people on the way. We can start to turn things online, but we have 212, so we have 20 extra workers. This requires 30, so we'll hold off on this for the time being. How's food looking? Food's still high. Alright, let's check out the Outer Hope. A Dolos emergency signal is broadcasting from these coordinates. It originates from the research station Outer Hope. Outer Hope is surrounded by wreckage and debris from a past battle. Broken equipment and frozen bodies float around the station. The emergency signal is transmitting from inside. Let's check out the emergency signal. Let's send you out to look for more science. Oh, we're close. Now we're going away. We're going away. There's something. The probe has completed its scan. What did we find? Okay. Let's see if we can find some more science up north. So, ooh, there's a bunch of water. I just wanted to see if there's anything by the Outer Hope. Oh, there's something over here, though. Where are we looking? Oh, there's something. There's another planet. I'm using the rings. I'm cheating. I'm cheating just ever so slightly. I imagine Mercury is going to be pretty close to the sun. We'll check out that, see if anything's there next. We have plenty of polymers to do this exploration. And what is our energy looking like? This might be a good time to get ahead of our energy crisis, but processors.
Science ship team has completed a task.
Processors are hard to come by, so we're going to wait on that.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
Outer Hope lies in ruins. Many embalmed bodies were found in the remains of the station. Dolos crew protocols do not direct for this type of preservation. The Medieves team traced the emergency broadcast after clearing away several tons of debris and uncover the station's mainframe. They were able to access and extract the Outer Hope's black box. Its data can be analyzed using the Tikkun's tech lab, and we get 25 more people. Let's search the battlefield. And let's go to our tech tree. And that's going to take 30. Oh, I'm glad I saved our science. Okay, let's do that. Let's research it. Hull integrity's doing okay. We're a little bit low. We're getting 32 though, so that's good. Optimal crew. We can now turn this back on. But again, we don't have any iron, so no need to. just keep everybody in place for now. We're running low on food. So let's go ahead and build another one of these before that becomes a problem. We do have plenty of food, but I want to stick ahead of food as much as I can. I never want to fall behind and be playing from behind because people get really angry for some reason when you don't have enough food. It's kind of annoying. Technology has been unlocked.
An accident has occurred in the tycoon.
Why? That accident shouldn't happen. We're at optimal conditions. Oh, and here is this. Administrator, the black box data has provided some information on the events that took place following the Tycoon's failed vol jump. Records tell of how Earth was ravaged by the lunicalism and the ensuing chaos. States radicalized, and the UN declared Dolos an enemy of humanity. Okay, well, maybe that's fair. The black box's data also describes a Dolos facility hidden in the atmosphere of Jupiter, officially designated Hephaestus. This site was used to develop a new type of vol engine. It also accommodated the construction of a Tauros-class superstructure known to Dolos as the Protagoras. The iteration of the Tycoon was sent on a mission to seek out a habitable exoplanet Remus, where the last survivors of Earth could establish a new home. Despite the damage done to the Outer Hope, the station was later able to receive a distress signal from the Protagoras with vol jump coordinates encoded, indicating the ship's last presumed location. Okay. And we are almost done up here. We're going to have a long journey to get to Mars. Let's try and find the Mercury. Mercury, where is Mercury? There's Mercury.
A science ship team has completed a task.
The battle seems to have been made up from multiple engagements with debris from the conflicts mostly consisting of wrecked shuttles. Some of these destroyed ships bear the insignia of the UN, though the majority carry Dolos emblems. Sophisticated weapons systems were also identified amongst the wreckage, bearing the acronym BMS. The Medieves team was able to salvage some resources from the debris. We got 40 science, baby! Let's go ahead and dismantle and see if we can get a few more resources. How are we doing on this? Looks like we have 171 more people. My goodness, that's so many. Well, we're about to start getting big enough to justify opening up another sector, but for right now, we'll kind of keep it close to the vest. Mercury! Let's go! There's science there. Doesn't look like there's an event there. It looks like it's just science. Yeah, doesn't look like there's anything there. That's perfectly fine. We only have the one science ship and it's busy. So I think I will go wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, and then maybe up to Saturn, and then maybe I want to go to Uranus though.
A science ship team has completed a task.
All right, we've dismantled all of that. Let's send the Mediev to Uranus, and then we'll bring it back down. Let's send out another probe, continuing to look for more science in this area. There's something over here. Where is it? Oh, okay. What did we find there? We'll figure it out here shortly. How's the team looking? Optimal conditions. We have 40 people. No iron. We definitely need another. You're still mining, huh? You're just mining iron. I'm a little worried about... Let's go ahead and unassign the Barnacle. Let's build another cargo ship. And this will be... Oh, God. Don't make me say this. I don't know. But let's get another cargo ship to start collecting all this iron that's out in space. We have 935 iron, and we're starting to run low on our alloys, which we need to keep repairing the station. So I'm definitely concerned about that, and I don't want to take one of our ships off mission in order to get that done. So let's go out here into the fleet. You are just focusing on iron, so go grab all the iron.
The ship has arrived at its destination.
All right, you're at Uranus. Our instruments have recorded abnormal thermal activity on Uranus. At this distance, we were unable to deduce the nature of its source. Control, are you receiving us? We found a tree? It seems impossible in such an environment. I've never seen anything like it. It's breathtaking. The tree sheds its leaves quite rapidly, but they reform almost instantly, crystallizing from the branches. The root structures appear to sink deep into the planet. I hope you're receiving our images, as this feels like a fever dream. Let's carry out... Let's check it out. Let's check out the tree. Tell me what's going on with the tree. Now, one of our ships is going out to the Outer Hope to collect more chronic pods, and you are collecting more iron. So with that, let's go ahead and turn this bad boy back on. And we have plenty of workers for that. We have 23 extra, which is great. So people will be able to, you know, take breaks and stuff. Food is doing well. And as soon as we get to about 400, I think I might open up the next one. Alright, tell me about the tree. After analysis of various samples, the tree appears to be almost entirely edible. Its roots, leaves, and fruits can all be eaten. RNA samples suggest that the tree is the result of extensive bioengineering experiment. It is unknown how it was germinated here or who is responsible for this feat, but we do get 15 science out of it. Let's go ahead and grab the food then, I suppose. I don't know. Maybe the food's poisoned? We're going to cut down the tree. We're going to cut it down. I'm not going to trust that. I'm playing very cautiously. I don't trust a tree on Uranus. Anything growing out of Uranus, you know, I don't want to have any part of. You understand. Let's keep looking. Is there any more science out here? We found some hydrogen a second ago. Oh, we found some silicone. Hold on. Let's go right here. We're gonna need silicone eventually. Might as well be. It might be nice to stockpile it early. So our alloys are going up much higher now. We have 92. We want to fill up all of these bad boys. As how much does it take to do this? 80. Yeah, we do not want to be cut short there. Well, we are drastically approaching another increase in population. And we have 37 homeless people. We definitely need to build more houses now.
A probe has completed its scan.
Hold on. What was that factory I wanted? No, it wasn't the steel mill. It was the polymer. So the polymer would take out the house. I'm a little bit worried about that. We could probably just fit... No, because that's where the food's going to go. Let's go ahead and override the locks and open this bad boy up.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
Alright, so now we have 40 people homeless over here. Now, when you start a new sector, you don't get any of the technology you have in this sector. You have to kind of build up from the ground up. So let's go ahead and start that process. Let's build a small factory. And I think we could fit that in. We'll build it right... No, I don't want to build a factory. I want to build a workshop. That's what I want to build. Where do I want to build this? Let's build it down here. And a new factory. Let's get the roads start to go in places. So we can collect all these resources. And I think we'll call it good for now. Yeah, we'll do that for now. Start laying down some roads so we can start getting on this. We have a bunch of homeless people who are going to be very angry very quickly. This sector has 5 homeless people, so we need to build 1 more house. Oh. Where do I want to build the house? You know what? I'm going to build it right here. Alright, let's check out the science. When the tree fell, a plaque was revealed that had been buried beneath its roots. The tree was a collaboration between Henry Barraville and Rabia Noyokond. When they joined, okay, jeez, big words. They offered their creation to humanity, hoping that it would erase some of the debt created by the atrocities of Dolos. The Medieves team felled the tree and have prepared the resulting resources for extraction. So we get a little bit of carbon, a little bit of food, and 15 science. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and go to Jupiter. Oh, wait, no. We need to get 25 more science, and then we'll go to Jupiter to get a little bit more stupider. You know how to... Oh, we left before we grabbed all the science over there. That's really unfortunate, because now we have to send it back. But that's okay. We'll do that here, and then we'll be back. All right, let's go to... We've collected everything from Uranus. Let's go to Jupiter to get more stupider. See what's over here in Jupiter. Now, one thing that did happen is when I separated the sectors, we don't have enough people. So now we're running out a little bit of a deficit, so accidents are going to start happening more and more. Let's go ahead and check this out. Administrator new sector has successfully been unlocked. This is a historic moment. Absolutely, I also agree. Now, we are running low on a bunch of things, but we are not researching anything, so let's turn this off, and that will help out with the people over here. Now, you guys, we need to build... Oh, we need to build a second one of these? Is that what you're saying? Okay, we can do that. No problem. And where's my road bot? Why aren't you road botting things? I guess it's got to be connected to this. That's okay.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
All right, we're at Jupiter. The coordinates recovered from the black box of the Outer Hope allowed us to successfully locate the Hephaestus construction facility on Jupiter. Using the encrypted channels and Dulles communication protocols found on the Outer Hope to access the Hephaestus site, it seems to have woken the resident PA diagnostics. Diagnostics reveal that prior to the failure of the site's data archiving system, the facility had been inactive for several decades. Strangely, the industrial zone is currently powered and operational. Well, let's look at that. All right, let's check on the science team. We have reached the automated construction site, which, despite its age, is still in good working condition. Although the Dulles technology here is recognizable, it's much more advanced than what we have on board the Tikkun. In the control room for the site, we have come across mausoleum dedicated to Lara Frost. The resident PA identified us to Dulles as Dulles personnel and granted us access to data records. These confirm that the Hephaestus site was used to construct and house advanced prototype of the Vol engine, named the IXION. Ha ha ha! An engine of this type is currently moored to an EKP structure with a harness link. Our engineers say one of our mining ships could tow this, attaching the Axion engine to the Tikkun and restore the Vol jump capabilities. Good to know. We will do that. There are no current mining ships allocated to a docking bay. That's right. We need to take away a cargo ship. Let's go ahead. Let's go back to our fleet. We need to go inside. We need to bring back... We have plenty of iron. Let's bring back you. Let's put the mining ship back in operation, the Barnacle. As soon as that comes back and that's deployed, we'll be fine. We're going to build a new hull over here as well. Let's go ahead. We have decent iron. I do want to build a battery. That is also a mission of ours. Not gonna really fit anywhere, huh? Could build two here. I think I'm gonna have to move this. Let's just go ahead and build two here for the time being. Yeah, we'll just do that. And we're gonna move this guy over here. This is gonna be our docking bays and steel organization, but let's go ahead and start clearing out the rest of this. And as we do that, we are going to wrap things up here. This episode's gone on long enough, but as we keep exploring, I'll do some background stuff here to make sure that we are ready to take on the Jupiter next. And I will see you guys in the next episode. But thank you guys so much for watching, especially if you've made it this far in the episode. If you have made it this far in the episode, hey, give it a thumbs up. Really helps out a lot. If you're new around here, subscribe for more. I put videos every day. But boys, I will see you in the next one.